Glory, glory, Man United. Glory, glory, Man United. Glory, glory, Man United. Do you know why I've gone ahead to obviously start it up with this? It's because even Sir Alex Ferguson was seen singing the anthem of Manchester United, that glory, glory, Man United. Oh, Wembley, Wembley. We are Manchester United and we are going to Wembley. Oh my God, I'm not such a beautiful singer, but I tell you what, Manchester United have gone ahead to end a season in a very triumphant mode. They've destroyed the party for City. If you never knew this, Man City had planned or scheduled to do their trophy parade tomorrow on Sunday in the city of Manchester, and they expected that Manchester United was gonna come out and really lose to them, and they are going to obviously parade to trophies, something that Erik ten Hag and his arm have said no way. This should come to an end, and obviously Pep Guardiola's side has gone ahead to lose to Erik ten Hag's side by 2-1. Welcome to the United Matters channel. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rock and David. You know, I always tell you, you have every reason to keep it United Matters channel, and I think you now know why. Because when I tell you that I see this game ending a 2-2 and Man City failed to score the second goal, you know what the result is gonna be. United 2 goals and Man City 2. I had it in my vision that Manchester United was to score 2 goals, and I don't know what Man City was gonna do, but I thought that they would also go ahead and really score 2, such that we go out in penalties and really see how things really pan out. But Man City struggled on the pitch. I tell you what, they struggled onto that pitch to obviously get to Andre Onana. I saw the only saves that Andre Onana had to do were all shots coming in through outside the 18 yards box area, and I think there were 2 shots coming in through from the man Kyle Walker. Those are the shots that he had only to deal with, and it shows you how good the side of Man United looked today and how they played as a team. I tell you, that team is built, or has always gone ahead to be built, onto what we call a solid back 5. And that solid back 5 comprises of the goalkeeper, Dalot, Bissaka, and the 2 constants that you must be having, Lisandro Martinez and Rafael Varane. You saw the difference. You saw the difference. The manager has always gone ahead to come in through and really tell you that, please, when I have my players back, I will play the best football ever. You saw it against Arsenal. You saw it against Newcastle. You saw it against Brighton. You saw it against Man City. That in the first half, you saw to it that United could put up a couple of 10 passes together, and that can best be orchestrated in the second goal that you score. You saw to it that before Marcus Rashford switches that play to find Alejandro Garnacho, for Garnacho to obviously find what we call a cutback to Bruno Fernandes, and I think it was who in that midfield. Then he found Bruno Fernandes, and Bruno went ahead to obviously find Kobe Mainoo, and Kobe Mainoo went ahead to obviously carve that ball into the back of the net. We had put out some good number of touches together. That is Manchester United for you, and that's what I tell you, how good this manager is and how good that team can be if at all the players are physically fit and not really injured. United are the champions of the FA Cup, and it tells you how good Erik ten Hag is and how he can really be the man responsible for obviously breaking that dominancy that Man City had gone ahead to put up. And today, Manchester United have won 13 FA Cups, 6 League Cups, and record cups. But I think we've gone ahead to win another one tonight, and I think it's now going to 13 times, right? 13 times we have gone ahead, obviously put in a shift for the club of Manchester United. But a little bit, let's get into the game, because if I'm to talk how excited I am, we can talk until tomorrow. But we have an hour to go. We have an hour only to cover everything that happened in this game of football. And I have to really include your questions and replies into this 1 hour. So we thank God for the gift of life, the Muslims, Barakallahu Fikum, and let's see close to 300 likes smash on this video. Now, you saw the first goal for the club of Manchester United. Dalot goes for that ball over the top. I've always told people that if you can find that ball behind that defense of Man City, you can easily haunt them. And you saw it today that on the occasions we went ahead to score, we really went ahead to cause huge trouble behind their backline. Garnacho obviously goes ahead with a shoulder-to-shoulder push, I think, to Vardio. Vardio hits the ball to the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper had gotten out of his goal area, and Garnacho went ahead to place that ball into the empty net. That was in the 30th minute when United went ahead to obviously make it 1-0. And we were like, all right, it's 1-0, and let's obviously do the needful. But there is one thing I noted about the leadership qualities of Lisandro Martinez. He knew to it that when Garnacho over celebrates, he will find himself losing touch and rhythm to the game. He was like, please Garnacho, get back to the pitch. Let's prepare ourselves again and see to it that we obviously get in for a second one. Because for Lisandro Martinez, he knows that when you're playing a side of Man City, 1 goal is not enough. He knows it very well, that 1 goal is never enough. When you're playing the side of Man City, that 1 goal is never enough. And he knew to it that we needed more and more goals to obviously be safe. And that's what he was telling Garnacho to do. And 9 minutes later, hear me out, 9 minutes later, it's the man himself, Kobbie Mainoo, doing the needful, scoring a very brilliant goal. You guys, have you noted the class around the goals that Kobbie Mainoo scores? Have you guys noted? Have you noted the goals that this guy scores? I'm talking about Kobbie Mainoo. His first goal for Man United was against the side of, was it Newport? Then he went ahead to score his first Premier League goal against Wolverhampton Wanderers. You remember that winner where he skipped past 3-4 players and curled that ball with class into the back of the net? Then after, he found himself in a position of scoring against Liverpool. You remember the goal scored against Liverpool in the Premier League to make it 2-1 at Old Trafford. Then remember the goal scored against Newcastle. Then the one is going to hit to score today. There is something classy about Kobbie Mainoo, and for everyone who's going to hit to come out and really doubt the efforts of this young lad, football is not meant for you. You just have to really bow down for this young lad. But I like the build-up. I liked how Garnacho went ahead, obviously, pulled out what we call a cutback into the middle of the park, into the right inside tunnel, and then that ball, and then Scott McTominay, instead of shooting, said, let me find Bruno Fernandes. And Bruno Fernandes was like shooting at goal, raised his foot, and he really went ahead to find Kobbie Mainoo. And Kobbie Mainoo did nothing wrong, placed that ball into the back of the net, and he made it 5 in his debut season for the club of Manchester United. That is the class I'm talking about. When Man United is winning like this, you really feel good. But winning with your 2 academy graduates scoring goals is another additional touch of celebration, because they are young, they now know what winning is all about. Remember, last year they won the Carabao Cup and they lost to Man City in the final, and Erik ten Hag was with Garnacho and Kobbie Mainoo, and he was talking to them that your moment is going to come. And today they've been the 2 players that have been responsible for scoring for the club of Manchester United. I've gone ahead to see David Beckham putting out a post that These are players from the academy, and that is the hierarchy of Manchester United, and that's what makes us united. Manchester United is united because of those lads. And Bruno Fernandes, that assist is for World Cup. That assist is for World Cup. You know, that's what I've always gone ahead and told you, that if Bruno can do that, he can even have 30 assists a season. That is it. But most of the times, he finds himself in a position of trying to go in for Hollywood passes. You understand? That don't even call in for such moments. All what you need is such a moment of concentration, and Bruno can do that and find out a very brilliant line-breaking pass. You get? And that's the Bruno I want to see. If Bruno plays like that, I'll tell you, he will beat Odegaard, he will beat Kevin De Bruyne. The reason as to why Kevin De Bruyne and Odegaard are beating him on the game that he plays, it's because of what they do in the final third. Bruno Fernandes, if he keeps up the game like that, I tell you, he's going to turn into a very wonderful player. I tell you, for me, he's world class. He's world class. His leadership skills have gone ahead to really be proven right. And in his first season as a captain of Manchester United, he has gone ahead to lift the trophy for this club, and he has gone ahead to speak a lot about this trophy that we've gone ahead to win. Let's see close to 300 likes marking this video, and you guys go into the comment section and tell me your thoughts about that. Now, there is nothing like sweet as a win like beating your rivals, that is Man City. You know, if you had beaten Chelsea, all right, people would have gone to them. But Chelsea have been also struggling, but there is the way the Lord God makes his stuff. You know, when you look at the comeback against Liverpool, I think it was 4-3 at Old Trafford. Then we go to the semi-finals, 3-0, Man United. Then Coventry comes in through levels the game. Coventry scores in the dying minutes of the game, and VAR says the player was offside. We go to penalties, and United go through to penalties. Now, the way players have gone ahead to return to play this finale is something miraculous, because we had a lot of options off the bench and onto the pitch, and Ten Hag was like, I have a master plan to obviously beat Man City. And again, he starts Rasmus Højlund to the bench, and people were like, why is he doing that? But he's the manager, he's the master of his own craft, and in the previous 2 games, he has been starting Rasmus Højlund off the bench. And it's only today that he never went ahead to score, but he saw to it that when Rasmus Højlund came off the bench, he went ahead and really caused a lot of havoc to the side of that Man City central defense, because he's a fast and physical striker in the making of the club of Manchester United. But beating them is really sweet. Sweet. You beat Man City, everyone will be like, Manchester United has gone ahead to silence Man City, and Manchester United have gone ahead to lift the FA Cup. You know, lifting it. Last season, we lost to them by 2-1, and today we've gone ahead to win with the same result. You know, Manchester United. And I told you last time, when we played them at at Wembley, in the final, the only special attribute they had was that man, Ilkay Gundogan. He pulled out 2 moments of brilliancy, you know, the first goal and the second goal. But today, they never had that player. They never had that player. I'm one of those people who has, on a regular occasion, come out and said, the side of Man City is in a rebuild. And their best team, I think, was the team they had last season. Riyad Mahrez in, Cancelo in, Ilkay Gundogan in. You get? That team was really great. You know, but they've gone ahead to lose very many players, and they are in the rebuild. But I tell you, if Pep is to be here for the next 2 seasons, he's going to really rebuild that team again, and that team is going to come in here and really cause a lot of havoc to very many teams in there for you. So, Pep Guardiola has come out and he said Erik ten Hag is a very good manager, and he deserves to win. He had everything right, and he really outclassed him. I tell you, that is what we call a Ten Hag masterclass. He outclassed Pep Guardiola totally in everything. The only thing that Pep had was possession, of which possession doesn't win the game of football. If you don't score goals, your possession ceases to matter. You understand? But I cannot go into the stats of this game of football without talking about Sofiane Amrabat. He has been one of the best players on the field of play. In the previous 4 games, he has been starting. He started against Arsenal, played well. Started against Newcastle, played very well. Started against Brighton. He was struggling a little bit. And the manager took him off around the 70th minute. Then he has gone ahead to play 90 minutes against Man City. And guess what? He bossed that midfield. He was really mobile, and I think that mobility is one of the things that we've on several occasions gone ahead to miss out from the team of Manchester United from a player like Casemiro. Meaning that if you have to play Casemiro to help you a lot, he needs to be played alongside Amrabat. If you watch my match preview, I was like, we have to play Amrabat and Casemiro. Hobby menu. Sorry about that. Kobe Menu ahead of them, then Bruno Fernandes on the right. That was my plan, you know. But Amrabat came in through, bossed that midfield. He bossed it to the pulps, and Man City had to play in the wide areas. If you deny Man City to play in the midfield, then they'll find themselves in a position of really not being a threat. That's why you saw to eat that. For that Jeremy Doku goal, he drifts into the midfield, and I think Garnacho doesn't close him well, shoots at the near post. Onana gifts him again. I tell you, that goal wouldn't have gone ahead to go through because Onana had gone ahead to make some huge saves. But I don't know why that ball goes in. Why don't you punch it? Why did he try to go in and try to obviously get hold of it? Was it too hard? We need an explanation from Andre Onana for that goal, because I believe that goal shouldn't have gone ahead to go in. It led to us into what we call a very huge tension for the club of Manchester United. We are really in a tense moment. The game ended when you're really nervy. I hated that. I hated that because I believe that would have gone ahead to do better as a club of Manchester United. But glory, Man United. We've gone ahead to put in a shift. People have gone ahead to obviously get silenced. Those that hate Erik ten Hag have found themselves in a situation of really not having anything to say. And if at all he's to be sacked, as we are told that even if he wins the FA Cup, a decision of him leaving Manchester United has already gone ahead to be made. I tell you, very many teams are going to be looking at him. Why? Why are teams going to be looking at Erik ten Hag? It's because every big team wants to find a solution of really edging Man City. Real Madrid wants to be having that money that can edge Man City. Bayern wants that. Barcelona wants that. Every team wants a manager who can edge Man City, and that's why I tell you, even if they sack him tonight, he's gonna get a job. He's gonna get a job because he has left this on the high by beating the juggernaut that very many teams have gone ahead to obviously fail to beat at the club or in the league and the Champions League. So congratulations to Manchester United, congratulations to Erik ten Hag, and let's obviously get into what we call the stats of the game and how everything really panned out at the stadium of Wembley. And this is how the stats were at Wembley. 19 shots by Man City, 11 shots by Man United, 4 shots on target by Man City, 5 shots on target by Man United, 74 shots by Man City, and 26% by Manchester United. But it is 74% ball possession. But look at this. Look at how United defended very well. Out of the 19 shots, 4 were on target only. That is really a very good defense. And you know how Lisandro Martinez and Varane act when they're really playing together, you know. And for us who had 11, had 5 shots on target, 1 more than those of Man City in there for you. Possession 26%. And no one is going to come out and complain about this because, you know, Man City, they are the football possession kings. You know, to outpossess them, you need to be having something special on you. That is Man City for you. And I think that they are a side that has a lot to do with their beautiful game of football into the mix. So 664 passes completed by the side of Man City, then 248 passes completed by Manchester United, then 90% passing accuracy by Man City. Manchester United had a passing accuracy of 76%. 7 fouls hear me out, 7 fouls by Man City, 11 by Manchester United. And for the fouls, I would love to credit the youngster Kobe Mainoo. He's a man with a big head on young shoulders, because towards the end of the first half he gets a yellow card, and I was really so much shocked that he might not find himself in a position of obviously accomplishing the game on a high. All else, he's gonna get what we call a second bookable offense, and he really gets sent off. But the way he came in through and really composed himself, to an extent that the only time we saw him in a battle that would have gone ahead to cost him something in the game was in the corner with Erling Haaland. Erling Haaland was like fighting, and obviously he lost possession. So he was disciplined, and he was like, this is what I'm supposed to do as a player for Man United. And he did the needful, played all the minutes, and Manchester United went ahead to really win, and I loved it. Amrabat, he shielded that back four very well, and he was like, this is my game. If Man United don't want to sign me, I'm sending a message to teams outside there that need me, that please, I'm readily available to say to it that we take this to the next level. That is the side. Sorry about that. That is the side of Sofyan Amrabat. 1 yellow card to Man City, 2 yellow cards to Man United, 0 red cards to both sides, 1 offside to Man City, 3 to Manchester United, 7 corners to Man City, and 1 corner to the club of Manchester United. And every time I saw those corners coming in through, I was like, Man City would have gone ahead to really plan out something during the training session, because you remember the goal they scored against Liverpool. It was really a very good goal, and it was really unexpected. And you know how good they are at set pieces, but United denied them a chance to score a goal from a set piece, and that is the power of the club of Manchester United. Now, what does that mean? That win takes United to Europe. We are going to be playing the UEFA Europa League next season. Hear me out well. Finishing 8th, winning the FA Cup, we are going to be playing to the FA Cup next season as a club of Manchester United. So that's the beauty of that. And Chelsea are going to be playing in the Conference League. News that Chelsea will never want to hear, because they've gone ahead to put themselves into a very good season ender, but they couldn't obviously stop Man United from really winning what we call the FA Cup to go into the UEFA Europa League. A decision awaits of Erik ten Hag on whether he's going to be the next manager, or he's going to be the manager for the club of Manchester United or not. We wait and see what decision is really going to be made. Now, who else haven't I talked about? Rafael Varane, Lisandro Martinez. It's a regular, it's a usual. We saw it last season, and if we played with those players in the entire season, I tell you, would have gone ahead to go eyes. Let me go into your comments. Ahogiziwe Sebastian, hey RD, sure, we still need Erik ten Hag. I've always gone ahead and we told you that ten Hag is a good manager, and now you know why. I've always gone ahead to let you know that. Gordon Muhwezi, team viewer, alright, thank you. Muhumu Zasham, my God, thanks so much. Already, I'm back from Mombasa. Alright, thank you very much. Welcome back from Mombasa. Nachitende Esther, ten Hag told the media that he needs a full squad. Yeah, when the manager told you that, if I'm having my players here, I'm not gonna really mess it up. You get? And you've seen it that the more players came back, the more the manager found himself in a position of doing the needful to obviously win games. And he was really right. Nachitende Esther now, let them sack him. Let's wait and see what decision is going to be made, because we had lots of journalists putting out stories that even if he wins the FA Cup, he's going to be sacked. Smashed like button close to 100 times. Then Issa Abide, Ronald Molinda, Amrabat has to stay. He was a wild dog of the day. I was of the view that he stays. You know, the previous 4 games, Amrabat has gone ahead to put in a shift, and I tell you what, he has shown us the Amrabat that we saw at the World Cup, and why he has been really off. He hasn't gone ahead to be playing very many games. You remember the statement he put out when you're playing against Newcastle? After playing against Newcastle, he said, I'm not yet to my levels. I've only gone ahead to play or started 2 games. I need more games. 4 games in, we see to it that Amrabat is really getting there. Amrabat is getting there. Issa Ronald Mulia Ten Hag needs time. Let them help him mainly in defense, and transfers have to be done earlier, not on deadline days. But above all, we showed City a class of total football. Yeah. United really was really good today. And Ten Hag needs to be backed. That is it. Sylvia Onyeit, already today everyone was active in the field. I like that. That's what playing for Manchester United means. You know, every player has to run. I saw Marcus Rashford, guys. I hadn't even gone ahead to give him his flowers. Guys, today Marcus Rashford, who was really tracking back, you know, going in front, tracking back, fighting for the ball, and he was not selfish, you know. He was really doing the easy work, the easy job, and he went ahead, obviously, be the man responsible for switching play for the second goal that we score against Man City. So that is how Marcus Rashford does his job. And you saw how we stretched the pitch. You know, we stretched the pitch, and it was really hard for Man City to obviously cope up with that. Silva, Onyeit, RD, today everyone was active, all right. The Ineos should give this man the role of the Manchester United, no doubt about him. The good thing, they were there watching. Yeah, they were there watching, and they've gone ahead to celebrate. And now we want to see what decision these two are really going to make. Aubrey Hachirala, beating the best team in the world, describes how best tactical Erik Ten Hag is. Kudos to him and Manchester United. I've always come out and said Ten Hag is very good tactically. Very good manager tactically, and you've gone ahead to say exactly what he can really put out to the field of play in his tactics. And I told you that if he stays in the Premier League, especially at Man United, in the next 2 seasons, people are going to come out to understand that he's one of the best managers in the world. When you look at how Pep Guardiola rates him highly, you know why he does. Because this guy has been on the list of Man City forever, not until he really chose the job to become a Manchester United manager. And obviously, Sir Jim Ratcliffe was going to have to speak out. So lots of stories are going to come in through after this story, because we need to know what decision has gone ahead to obviously be made by the people of Manchester United in here for you. But Sofiane Amrabat, what a feeling to win the FA Cup with a great football club. No better feeling. Come on, you Reds. That is Amrabat for you. You know, the son of Bruno Fernandes was really waving the flag of Manchester United. It's really celebrations. I went ahead to capture a video of Amad Diallo getting us a snippet of what the dressing room was like. So a lot is coming in through. Hey, Mr. Aradi, brief me about Erik Ten Hag future. We wait. I think that decision is going to be made next week, you know. But all I know, it's going to be shameful for Ineos to sack Erik Ten Hag, because before he even went ahead to win the FA Cup, 90% of the fans of Manchester United wanted him to stay. Now, how is it going to happen if at all they sack him? Ineos is going to be slated on Twitter. That is it. Joshua Zahimi, Up United, Namanya Omhora, the men did it for sure. All right, happy Chris, congratulations from Tears of Joy. Thank you, my man, my regular. Silva Onyeit, Doc, who was almost to bring us problems, guys, but it's late. Yeah, but I don't think that he caused that sort of trouble, because we really defended him very well. And that shot, Andre Onana shouldn't have gone ahead to allow that to obviously go in. Aubrey Hachirala, we demand Ten Hag's future now. Fans of Manchester United like this manager should stay. Nelson Mwesigwa, congratulations manager. Erik Ten Hag. All right, congs to the manager. Then Inasako, glory Man United. All right. Joseph says hi, glory Man United. Erik Ten Hag should stay. Thank you, my mates. I'm a man who has gonna hit obviously keep my stance. Many of you have been shifting goalposts. Every time you lose, Ten Hag should go. You get, when we win, he's not impressive. We haven't gonna hit to control that game. But today, when he's having his squad, you've gonna hit to see what we call a masterclass, a technical or a tactical masterclass by Erik ten Hag, orchestrated at Wembley, and you now know what this manager is all about. Daniel Etienne Nsazimana, I'm very happy. Bravo and bravo. Aubrey Hachilala, I'm very super happy. Thank you, my mate. Blessed Lays, job done. It is the only joyful moment we have had as United fans. That is it this season. It's the only one. Inner Circle, Erik ten Hag, glory, glory, Man United. Webi Siwali, congratulations to Man United. Happy Chris, congratulations to the manager and the entire team. Oguya Stanley, best performance, but Rashford isn't in his moods. Why? We need Eric next season, and Amrabat should be retained. For Amrabat, I've always gonna hate obviously campaign for him to stay, and I don't know whether we are gonna keep him. And I've always said, if these people know the game of football, you keep Amrabat here for 21 million pounds. He's a CDM that is gonna hit to fit into the club, right? And you get in another CDM into the club of Manchester United. That's what I would prefer and really think about Erik ten Hag. So about Amrabat. For Erik ten Hag, I want to see Erik ten Hag managing Manchester United next season. Oweta Solomon, Ineos will regret if they sack Erik ten Hag. That's it. Joseph Sesai, if ten Hag go, what about the young lads? I feel for Kobe Mainoo. I feel for Kamboala. I feel for Amad Diallo, because the new manager will come in through and obviously have his favorites. He'll be like, are you getting me the players I want? You understand? Silva Onyeit Rokani, can you please talk about the future of Erik ten Hag and Amrabat? It's going to be decided next week. It's going to be decided next week. Amrabat, 21 million pounds. What a bargain. You know, you have to keep Amrabat if you really Ineos, and you're going to hate to see what he offers in the last 4 games of the season. You have to keep him in. Nelson Mwesigwa, bravo to my manager Erik ten Hag for winning. Highly criticized season at Man United. Yeah, bravo to him. Tahore Hero, Henry Moses. Arsenal fans, we are here watching live and invited us. Others, congratulations. No Arsenal fans wanted Man United to win the FA Cup. Wanted Man City to win the FA Cup. All right. That is it. Amrabat played very well today. He played very well today. And in the player ratings, I'm going to bring you his game by numbers, and you're going to really get amazed on how this Moroccan international really looked tonight. Oyika Moses, bro, I'm happy, but my manager Ten Hag, it's just only God who knows how you love him. All right, I love Ten Hag too. Martin Kankaka, Ten Hag with 9 trophies, 5 in the last 5 consecutive seasons. That is it. And for him, he has gonna hit to put out a record of money at Man United that every season has been here, he has been winning a trophy. And I tell you, if he stays, you might see him winning a Premier League next season. I tell you, if Ten Hag is given players, he can obviously go head to head with City. That is it. If we find a solution for the injuries that are going to hit obviously cause us problems this season, he can go head to head with City. Idrissa Kamara, RD, we are better than Arsenal. Don't even think about it. Arsenal finished second. They are competing for the big trophy in the league, the Premier League, and they are playing in the Champions League. You in the FA Cup, you are not into the Champions League. No way. But one thing is that winning the FA Cup is going to see us open up the league. You get? It's going to see us opening up the season with Man City at Wembley in what we call the Community Shield. Right? Joseph Sesai, good performance by Rashford. He has a good game. He had a good game, by the way, today. Rashford had a good game today. He was fighting for the team. Silva Onyeit. I was not happy when I saw Ten Hag. Was not happy about his future guys. They should give him time. Obviously, we want to see Erik ten Hag given time, and we demand it now. It should be imminent, coming in through from Ineos. Hendricks, Mubinta, Kufanga, Manchester for life. We love it. All right. Happy Chris, Ineos should think deeper before making decision against Erik ten Hag. If they have already made it, let them review it. Obviously, they have to review it because how do you sack a manager who was going to hit to win a trophy? You can't. Ibrahim Izan, congratulations to Man United, to Erik ten Hag. I'm very happy today. Thank you. Silva Ojait, Aradi, Varane living with joy. Yeah, Varane, talk about profile Varane. What a way to play your last game for the club of Manchester United. And you win a trophy while beating your rivals. That is Man City. And I think Varane is going to leave here a very happy lad. And you saw how he defended. He's a very good game reader. If he's not really having those injuries, I tell you, he deserves that amount of money. But he is always an injury-prone player. Happy Chris, Ten Hag, even if they sack him, his future is very bright. Obviously, his future is very bright. I hinted on it at the beginning of this video, and I told you that even if they sack him, teams will look out for him because he has beaten Man City and he has shown out class of the highest order. Timothy Victor, they played very well with full of teamwork. Yeah, the entire team really played well. Vemex Perez Aradi, we must keep Amrabat menu, and we need J Navs. Who is J Navs? I don't know J Navs. Sentongo Philip Pius, we need Ten Hag and just be supported by the board with good players. Amrabat should remain. Congratulations to Man United. Yeah, Amrabat should obviously keep his place here at the club of Manchester United. Sendagide Joshua, but Ten Hag should be given a chance. Obviously, he should and deserves one. Hendrix Mubita, Kufanga, don't sell Amrabat, please. Obviously, I also don't want to sell Amrabat. Kakuru Vian, I need to see Ten Hag next to season. That's when I will enjoy Ten Hag tactics. Because if these guys sack him, I'll be disappointed with Ineos. You know, Okwera Danish, congratulations to Erik ten Hag. Kakuru Vian, Amrabat should be kept at the club. And me, from the start, I'm always behind Ten Hag. I hope it's me and you who really love Ten Hag on this channel. Yeah, I love Ten Hag and I'd love to see him stay. Then Raven UG, in Erik ten Hag we trust. Glory, glory Man United. Elijah Nenchi, really great one from Man United today. I'm really happy. Winning the trophy from Man City after what they did to us last season. Obviously, they beat us by 2-1. What a sweet revenge to obviously see us win the FA Cup. Then Alal Dickens, I almost cried when I saw Ten Hag talking to most of the players after the match. I feel he's saying bye-bye to players. Let him stay please, Sir Jim. I think even when we won the Carabao Cup, he was talking to player per player. I think that's done by managers, you know. That's done by managers. You saw even Pep Guardiola was taking player per player at Man City. But did it mean that he's going to be sacked? No. Allow Dickens, Ten Hag should remain. Obviously should. Alex Itonge, I just love the way Man United has disciplined Liverpool and City this season, especially in the FA Cup. Yeah, you're right. For Liverpool, they've dropped 4 points in the league and they've gone ahead not to really see themselves win in there for you. And they've only won a Carabao Cup. And I tell you, we've lifted the FA Cup, the oldest trophy in the world. Then Nisima Gilbert, surely congratulations to Man United. Ten Hag should remain. Even Amrabat. Yeah, I would love to see those two remain. Thomas Donka, greetings from Ghana. I'm very happy today. That's what he's really saying. Twitter is buzzing. Twitter is buzzing. I tell you what. Twitter is buzzing. Sir Jim is really speaking out lots of things that you guys should know about. And players have gone ahead to obviously win this. And they're now going to the international break in there for you to play for their or represent for their nations in there for you. And there is a statement Sir Jim Ratcliffe was going to put out. I'll come out and really clarify him about it. He said, it is a glorious feeling to win the FA Cup final at Wembley. Man United clearly were not the favourites to win today, but they played with total commitment and skill and overcame one of the great teams in football. We are all very proud of the players and the staff who work tirelessly to support them. Obviously, the staff, meaning that he's proud of the manager. When he talks about the staff, it means he's also proud about the manager. You know, So, Sir Alex Ferguson, Sir Jim Ratcliffe celebrating, and Pep Guardiola said Ten Hag is a lovely person and an extraordinary manager. Now, that's what people are missing out. You sack Erik Ten Hag, you are sacking a good player in this guy, and a good manager in Erik Ten Hag. You have to keep him. I tell you what, you have to keep Erik Ten Hag, and he's really an extra talented manager that we need to be having at the club of Manchester United. No reason for us sacking him. He's the main man and he deserves his flowers. And I guess what? He's going to get them in plenty. Then Joseph Sesai, Menu is talented. We don't need to spend a lot of money on midfielders. We need a CDM. If we let Casemiro go and keep Amrabat, we need another midfielder in. Because Eriksson is leaving. I don't trust Scott McTominay. We need another CDM into that game of football, to come out and compete with Amrabat, because Kobbie Mainoo is not a CDM. So guys, thank you very much for watching through. That's what I had for you. I'm going to be returning with the player ratings and what the manager Ten Hag is going to have to say about his future. May the living to God bless you abundantly. Rock and David remains my name. The Muslims Barakallahu Fukum.